Hi Virgo and Virgo Rising. Welcome to your March 2016 reading. Great as always to see everybody, and I really do enjoy looking at all of the information that comes through, both from a channel perspective and also from the cards. Speaking of channeled information, your message for this month is that of reconciliation, or more specifically, the active form reconcile. Now, you can take this in a couple of ways. The word has maybe 3 or 4 meanings, but what I'm seeing first is a reconciliation in relationships, of course. If there is anything that is like an argument that's been sort of festering for a while, or a breakup where it didn't end up the way you wanted it, or a friendship where you've just lost touch, this is a chance this month to reconcile differences. So you could either sort of send out an olive branch and say, I'm sorry, or you can just realize that what is past, and it was probably a blessing on some level that this person or this situation left your life. Reconcile kind of as a verb as well. What I'm seeing you doing is going through your life and reconciling all differences. So in your financial sector, looking at how's your spending? Does it make sense? Are you sort of like filling a void for something through spending? If you're unhappy, are you buying things because you're unhappy? Try to focus on what the difference is, what the deficit is, and work on that. It's not just about paying down the bills, it's about whatever it is that's causing you to think you need to spend more, etc. And then what is the deficit, the difference when it's coming to your career and personal lives? For your career, are you doing what you want or what you have to do or what people expect from you? If so, can you reconcile that? Is it okay with yourself? Check in internally. And with relationships, how much are you putting into them versus what other people are giving back to you? So it's there's a lot of potential sort of layers of meaning, but what I want you to do is, and you have more of an active, you have more to do, more homework than the other signs. But I want you to go across all sectors of your life and see where you can reconcile, okay? Now let's take a look at a catalyst card, which will help you begin that reconciliation and maybe give you a main focal point, since there were a lot of areas that you could look at. So one of them actually is to not take yourself so seriously. And when it comes to either arguments or situations that may not have worked out the way you wanted, is it possible that you were so critical, so serious, or so maybe personally involved in the situation that you lost objectivity? So this is saying, step back a little bit, realize that you're only human, maybe make the first step in saying, I'm sorry it didn't work out the way we both wanted, maybe I could have done better. Or just know that, again, you can laugh off some of this or let it go. You don't have to pull on so tightly, okay? So taking things a little less seriously is going to help you. Now let's look at your Celtic Cross this month and see what the general information coming through for your sign is. Then we'll do the extended forecast in health, wealth, love, and destiny. While I'm setting out the cards for you this month, just a reminder that I'm going to put a link to the main deck that I'm using in the description below, and then I'm also going to put a gallery or a link of all the decks that I've been using over the past few months. We'll start with Tarot. Oracle will come in later. This way I don't have to answer the same question in the comments, what deck are you using every month? I'm not going to list all of the Oracle cards out because I just can't put 5 or 6 links. It's too much work. It shifts in every video. So, but I will put a central place where you can look at everything. So hopefully that will help. Also, just one more frequently asked question. Yes, you can use this for your moon, your sun, or your rising, okay? And I do encourage you to look at all 3 videos if you have different rising and sun signs, for instance, or if you just have a couple. Go ahead and look at it. It will give you a more rounded view of what's going on in your life. But when in doubt, go with your sun. It will be more than ample, okay? And if you're on the cusp, yes, you can look at the cusp. I answer these every month, but I get them in the comments a lot, so I'm going to try to occasionally just remind people. All right, enough talking. Let's look at the cards. The center card is 9 of Swords, with the 9 of Swords reversed. What I'm seeing here is I actually got delayed action, and I normally wouldn't get this for the 9 of Swords, but I feel like some of you have been delaying making a decision because of fear or because you're hurt. You're also amplifying things and making them worse than they are. So I would say, if there's a confrontation, don't play the role of victim here. So the Nine of Swords it can be a martyr card, and I don't want you to end up in that category. This person's not nearly as scary as you think they are. You have to face them head on in order to move on. Some of you may have been victim to some like gossip or backstabbing or some situations where people were talking around your or behind your back. Know that it's kind of it's a mixed blessing, because now you know who your friends truly are, and I do feel like you're blessed in having a lot of them. So if anybody did sort of fall in that camp, then allow that to just be an opportunity to thin out and focus on the people that you really want to, and that are really going to reciprocate your love and your kindness. If that doesn't resonate, what I will say here is that some of you may be busy to the point where you might get sort of physically sick or exhausted. The Nine of Swords is a warning to avoid the Ten of Swords. It's also a warning to not go to excess. And what can happen with the Three of Cups is excessive drinking, eating, or recreational sort of, whether it's drugs or staying up too much or whatever it is. Basically, these cards are saying, pull it in a little bit, be kinder to yourself. And that really does sort of fall in nicely with the Chariot, which is a loss of control since it was reversed. So I want you to either gain control over your situation so you don't feel like you're a martyr, or control your habits so that you're living a healthier life and you're more sort of balanced, and you can then handle anything that comes your way, because I see a busy month ahead of you. So you want to start to maintain your strength. King of Swords, and I see the sword also in this card here. So for many of you, there could be a very strong air sign playing a major role in your life right now. And if that's the case, they could be a sense of, it looks like a little bit of love-hate with them, because we have the Star in reverse, and then we have Nine of Swords here. And so with the Nine of Swords and the Star reverse, what I'm seeing is a magnetic pull towards this person or situation, one where it is difficult sometimes to kind of extricate or remove yourself from it. But there's some sort of quality here that you need to either confront this person, have a conversation, be honest with what it is that you're sort of beating around the bush and being unwilling or unable to talk about. Now, if you don't feel this situation in your life, again, what I would say is, this is a month for you to be very, very vocal, because it feels like in the past you've been avoiding things, and this clear communication is going to open up an opportunity for you. We have Ace of Wands, which is possibly a new venture in. To me, it's usually a project in an existing company or school. It's not necessarily like a new job, which would more be like the Ace of Pentacles. So on the horizon, if you're outspoken, if you speak up, it could even be about like a raise. This is the time where you can actually move forward, break through, make a difference. You'll notice that the fiery hand holding the wand here, or holding the club, what it's saying is you're going to be the one that brings things into action. You're the one that's going to realize the potential energy, and there's a lot of strength and opportunity if you do that. Also, it's a month where you're desiring to be more in the spotlight, thus the Star card that we're seeing here. Now, with the Six of Pentacles, there is a general note that you need to be mindful of how many people are asking for help, for handouts, for attention, for your energy. You have to be thoughtful and know that you've got enough, but you don't want to give it to everybody in your life. It's a really good month, however, for any sort of group activities, because I actually feel like you're going to thrive in that. And as long as you let other people shine just as much as you, there's a little bit of a warning there, you should be okay. And everybody in the group is going to benefit. In your surrounding card, I am getting a little bit of a remnant from the center of that disappointment. Know that, like I said, it's a mixed blessing. If somebody didn't meet up to your expectations, or did sort of do something on the side that disappoints you, there's someone else here that wants to also be your friend, and it might open up a new venture, a new opportunity that you wouldn't have maybe considered without that disappointment at the center of the month, or that change that's happening. The great news is by the middle of the month, by the third week in particular, I see the Three of Wands coming through. It's reversed, but that's still a good card. It's showing me that hard work, good ideas, basically a lot of effort that you're putting in the beginning of the month is going to begin to pay off. The end of the month is better. I see a resolution. There's an interesting story that's been told with the Cups cards this month. What started here is sort of everything looked good, but possibly there was a situation or there were words exchanged, led to maybe a disappointment on your part, and is going to mean one less person in your circle of friends or one less thing that you've been putting energy into. But what I like with the Five of Cups is what you have left, you know you can count on. What you've lost, it was better that you didn't have it anyway. Even if you lost a considerable amount, there's still a lot to be thankful for, and then your journey's just begun, really. I feel like you have a lot of positivity coming through this month with just a little bit of a shift in the emotional part of your life. Probably a relationship, probably a dynamic, like it could be a work dynamic or a personal dynamic in that relationship where maybe the power shifts, or maybe again, you just decide to disconnect from somebody. I don't see it as an out and out breakup or anything, but you just see true colors shining through, okay? When we look at your catalyst card, sense of humor is key. So not looking at everything as an attack on you, or particularly when it's this situation where you might be stressing out about something that's not such a big deal. It is a big deal to you, but not to everybody else. We build things up. I mean, I think it's a human thing sometimes. We just like to create a drama and then take it apart. Human nature. So if that's happening to you, just be aware of how much of that you sort of want to participate in, how much energy you want to give to it. Let's expand your forecast now to see what's coming through for you in health and welfare. This is like both your mental well-being and also physical. It's a mind-body-spirit connection. So the center card wants to come out. And active listening is your best friend this month when it comes to health. So listen to your body. Also, if you've been given some advice from a doctor, from a caretaker, from a therapist, listen. You're not always the expert. So great month to get a second opinion as well. There's a 2 on this. So anything that you're considering doing, listen, read, research, possibly put off until next month if you can. But definitely get a second opinion. I'm not getting that anything's major going through your body right now, other than possibly some fatigue, since I saw the 9 of Swords, which again can be a gateway to the 10 of Swords, which is much more chronic pain, and I'm hoping you're not having that. So looking at wealth and abundance, we're going to pull this card. Wow, there's an interesting message, and I use a lot of different decks from different authors so that I can, when I get a repeat of any sort of message, there's a meaning to it, a deeper meaning. So you've got 2 cards saying sense of humor, and this is in your wealth sector, comes through nice green energy showing me that abundance is right around the corner for you. And I already saw that you're in decent shape with the 6 of Pentacles. It boils down to more just saying no occasionally for this, but you've already built up a decent, many of you anyway, have built up a decent savings, or you have income that's coming in reliably and consistently. But what you need to do is just sort of not be so stressed and not be so focused on, I want this, I need this. Just sort of have more fun and not need like things to sort of just bring that joy. But yeah, I'm getting that for this month, for whatever reason, you're very, very serious. Humor is going to help you with health. It's going to help you with wealth. It's going to help you with probably everything, since that was your catalyst card. But you got it twice. So pay attention to it, particularly when it comes to money. With the humor card in the money sector, what it can also mean is a great work opportunity could come in a social activity. So maybe there's a work party. Maybe you hang out socially with friends. This is why you always want to sort of be on your best behavior. You never know when you're going to meet a future boss. I've had that happen. You maybe sometimes 6 years down the road, but you meet a future employer and you're like, oh yeah, I remember you from that party. But that's where you could meet them, is through social activities. So be yourself, have fun, laugh. That energy can bring people in because your defenses are lower, your heart is open, your communication center opens up. So that's why smiling and laughter, it can make a big difference. Okay, so now let's look at health, wealth. Let's look at what's coming through for love and relationships. For many of you, positive shift, and I sort of walked you through that change that I saw. It could mean someone stepping away, could mean a shift of power for many of you, or just a shift in perspective. Part Parvati is a very strong, powerful woman. This could have something to do with women in your life. If you are a woman, though, it means about being strong, being willing to make the change, and not needing to lean on other people so much. Self-empowerment is what I'm getting with this. Okay, now when we take a look at what's going to help attach you to your destiny, I'll laugh if I get another humor card, but let's see what's coming through for your destiny. Destiny and opportunity, because these two go hand in hand. Okay, no, it's more about listening to your own intuition. And with this, I've started to recently sort of associate this with dreams and meditations, because when I look at this, there's sort of an astral theme to it. It almost looks to me like a spiral galaxy. So some of you may find that you do a lot of work in your sleep, and we do. I mean, we think of them as just dreams, but it's actually astral projection for a lot of us, and also sort of accessing old memories or going to the Akashic records and learning things. So you can set an intention during your dream, right before you go to sleep, that you want to work on a particular aspect of your life, or you want to release a difficult situation or a person, and call in the highest guides to help you with this, and or an archangel like Michael. And you'll be surprised at the results. It's really a great way to not just, you can actually do something with your sleep. Still resting, but you can start to do some metaphysical work, okay? I'll quickly summarize everything. We got a double message this, well, first of all, the channeled information is that you should be reconciling all things across your life, making sure that everything adds up, so to speak, and that if there's anything that's lacking, or that you're doing more and the other side is not, it's time to sort of let go of that. Your central message that came through time and again here in your Catalyst card and also in your Wealth card is to basically not take yourself so seriously, have a sense of humor, and know that in your social endeavors, you're going to have some opportunities come through. Health-wise, listen to other people, seek out a couple of opinions, try to hold off a month if you're going to do anything major. Generally do more listening than talking, and trust the experts this month. When it comes to relationships, I see a shift of power happening for many of you. Strong feminine energy coming through. Women, it's a great month for you to take back your power. Men, it's a time to be sensitive, but also realize that you might need to fix some of the relationships with women. Ask yourself if there's anything that's threatening you, or if there's anything where you could find a better partnership, if that could be part of this positive change. Maybe you haven't met the right sort of partner or life mate, and this is the time to sort of let that happen or affect that change. And to really listen to that quiet voice in your head, the one that's, it's just guided thoughts a lot of times where you think, I should do this, I shouldn't do that, maybe this would be a good idea. That's how the intuition begins. It's not always like seeing some full body apparition or hearing things. It can just be a quick thought like, I need to create, oh God, I gotta go to the dentist, and you find out you have a cavity or something. But that little thought, it's not even a voice, it can just be a thought in your head, is you tapping into something that you need for yourself. So I want you to work on that, but I'm getting a lot of dream work will help this month for this sign. So start to program your dreams a little bit, set an intention before you go to sleep, call in protection, and then see what happens and let me know. Otherwise, looking very positive. We talked about the shift in relationships, project opportunities if you speak up, money situation looking solid, just say no. Overall, next month is going to be even better than this because you're putting in some longer hours or difficult, sort of like effort in studying and trying to get ahead. And I see that being a very strong basis for future growth, okay? So overall, not too bad. Just that little bit of a shift with relationships. I would say that and laughing is sort of what you need to focus on this month. It's going to help you quite a bit. I hope this was helpful. If you ever have specific questions and want to schedule a one-on-one appointment, I'll put a link in the corner. You can look at my rates and availability for that. I usually schedule about a month in advance just due to I've just been very busy lately, so don't get disappointed if you see that. Reach out to me if that's not going to work, but I have to kind of stick to that because I've been getting a lot of people asking for quick appointments sooner, so I'm basically scheduling for April. Otherwise, a great way to keep in touch with whenever I post something is to like and subscribe here. And I also have a social network presence on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which is fairly new, and also my newsletter. So you can find me wherever you really like to hang out, and I would love for you to connect with me there. In the meantime, have a fantastic month. Thank you for the support that all of you give me each month too, because I would be nowhere if I didn't have you coming here. So I really do appreciate that, and this is a give and take. So best of luck. Good luck with reconciling everything. I hope that you find the balance that you're seeking, and I can't wait to catch up with you next month. Satnam, thank you very much. Bye-bye.